who said she just interacted with a person who was on drugs. Is she bad? She's okay. So the point is, rehab. Why jail? Jail who commits a crime. They did wrong by putting drugs into their system. That's why they need to pay with rehab. Bring themselves again into the track.
Okay,
That's good. That's good.
Another reason why jail is a good place for these drug addicts to go is because, okay, not everybody's going to go to rehab, obviously. These drug addicts are going to be like, oh, since I can take drugs and nobody's going to come say anything to me, I'm just going to go to the streets and just start taking my drugs. In Holland, actually, there's a place where everybody's just on the streets taking drugs. They don't care. And there's obviously little 8-year-olds aren't going to really understand, but society how it is now, I see little first graders talking about drugs, talking about alcohol and all these things. And 16-year-olds, obviously, if they see someone sticking a needle in their skin, they're going to know that he's taking drugs. And it's, as everybody should be watching these people. They need to go to jail where nobody's watching them and they're not setting examples for everybody else.
Okay, so I need to close this, and I just have time for 2 more, okay? So you and you, okay?
So that's why at the beginning of the debate we mentioned about the drug zone. Okay, fine. If we cannot handle doing the rehabs because not everybody is in favor of that, also some countries in Europe, which are one of the highest ones in economy, have drug zones, which they divide the people who are in drugs and the ones who are not in drugs. So okay, fine. If they want to be in drugs, they want to deal with that. Okay, they're in their zone, away from the little kids that are still growing up, they don't understand the world. It's okay, they can be with their parents in the same place. But in the drug zone, it's another place. That's another type of managing of drugs. So there should not be a problem about it.
Okay, you guys are saying about rehab. All your discussion is about putting them in rehab. Why should we do a drug zone? Because that is just making more drug addicts because they know they can be in a safe place to consume drugs. So what's the point? Doing a drug zone and then put them in rehab?
Last one, Joe. Come on.
Okay. Another benefit to this so-called drug zone would be if they implemented taxes on these drugs, it would generate the government a lot of money.
Economic point.
Money they can ways the life of the children and their families that need the money the most. And yes, it's going to be a great benefit, so why not?
Thank you very much. As you can see, they have a lot to say.
Forever.
Can we clap?
No sé si de casualidad tuvieran alguna pregunta para los chicos.
¿Tú, Memo?
¿Mandé?
¿Verdad que se va mejor que los 4 que vimos el domingo?
Ah, por supuesto.
Claro, es más entusiasmo. Claro. Pues esto hacemos todos los días.
Sí, me llama la atención positivamente que combinan los 3 grados. Que creo que tú eres de segundo, ¿quién es de primero? Y de tercero, ¿verdad? Entonces se le da oportunidad de mezclar sus ideas a diferentes niveles de madurez emocional y que se respetan, eso es muy interesante.
Y fíjate que el concepto de la secundaria, y ellos lo saben, aquí todos somos uno. No importa si eres, por ejemplo, ahorita van a pasar a unos trabajos de primero, están los de tercero ayudando, entonces somos una pequeña gran familia y de repente si hay proyectos vinculados con ellos.
Bueno, muchas gracias.
Thank you very much. Do you think there will be a good example on the use of drugs? Do you think that kids are going to grow up healthy? Do you think they won't be damaged? No. They're going to be starving. They probably won't go to school. And they'll probably be also drug consumers in the future.
Okay, so you have an example, I have an example also. It's funny. I don't take my coat. I get sick. Is anybody else gonna get sick because I didn't take my coat? Oh, no, I'm not saying contagious, like I'm gonna contagious myself. No, I'm saying I didn't take my coat. I got sick. Is it somebody's fault that I got sick? No. I took my decision. I didn't take my coat. I got sick. Why is that somebody else's fault?
Okay, Ariel? Okay, so you're saying that drugs only affect you. That's not true. Just recently, Memorial Day weekend in Florida, they had a guy that was on drugs go and just a random homeless guy and killed him, ate him, literally ate him. These drugs made him crazy.
Okay, Sebastián, ¿quién es ayudar?
I'm just saying something. That wasn't an experimental drug. It wasn't a common drug that we're talking now. So technically, it's not from our side. That's just what I'm trying to say. It wasn't a common.
Okay, Joe.
Commercial drug.
Well,
But a medicine too.
as you said, the man, this other man faced off. but he's in the healing process. They're actually kind of recover one of the things, but not it.
No face. Okay, so let's get off the face and the eating people, okay? We're actually talking about whether we should put people in jail for consuming drugs, okay? Sammy.
Okay, legally talking, it is illegal to help someone commit a crime. Buying drugs, it's helping someone commit a crime. So legally, that's a crime.
But helping people in that way, of course, is not. But why should rehab not be helped? For example, you know how many drugs are found in prisons actually? It is surprisingly easy for other people who have been drug addicts that are in prison to get drugs again while in prison. And after that, when they leave the prison, if they ever do, it's easy for them to get drugs again. In rehab, you stop the cycle altogether. So if you stop the cycle, then there will be no more drug use by that person if the rehab is made correctly, which can happen and has helped in a lot of cases.
Okay, Pablo.
Rehab costs a lot, so not all people can go to rehab and get better.
May I add something to that? Okay, add something.
I personally know someone who was in drugs and had to go to 5 different rehabs just to be 2 years without using drugs. He's right now, after the 5th rehab he went to, he's just been 2 years without drugs. You have to pass 5 to be considered as a good using person without the term of drugs.
Okay, Sebastián. Okay.
First of all, every single person in this place is different. They react different to different things. So in that case, maybe it took 5 years. There are some cases it took 1 year, and they're completely healthy. And actually, being a drug addict, it's a sickness. It turns your skin, it's different. Your reactions are different. Your nervous system is different. So it's a sickness more than another thing else.
Yes, maybe they're 5 years, maybe they're 4, maybe there are many. But the point is, yes, the process is going to be long, but it's going to be worth it. Why? Because it's going to be one less of many. And yes, it's a lot of money. Rehab is not cheap. Of course not. It's a serious problem. But how come the government can pay millions and millions each year for one person in jail? Why can't it do it in rehab?
Okay, William.
Okay. The drug addicts go to rehab, they get cured, they have a happy life, but you still have the drugs in your genes, and by having kids, the kids will get diseases. For example,